Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Finding Hope in the Valley. I wanted to just do a really quick pop on and wish everyone a late Merry Christmas. As many of you know, I was down with COVID for quite a bit, and I'd say the worst of the COVID is over. But those of you with chronic illness know that any kind of illness we get, whether it be COVID or anything of the sort, will then flare what we already have. And so I am now, I've still got a little bit of cough, lots of congestion. My back still hurts a little bit, but not as bad as it was, so that's a blessing in disguise. Finally able to eat some, been doing some smoothies and things of that nature. But I wanted to hop on and thank everyone for your prayers, for me and for my family, and I'm still trying to get my voice back too, it's all crackly. We did Christmas yesterday, and it was good. It was actually pretty decent. I crashed hard afterwards, just because of having COVID and chronic illness and all of that combined. It didn't take much for me to fizzle out pretty quickly. So we did our Christmas and then came back to bed, and my body was pretty trashed. So I'm doing a lot of resting today. My body's still pretty angry from having COVID and just the chronic illness in general. But I wanted to hop on and thank everyone for their prayers. It is working. It's just going to be a long haul until I actually get better. I still got my Christmas jammies on because, it's just one of those days where I'm keeping my Christmas pajamas on for an extra day because I can. They're soft, they're comfortable, and I can. But we're doing okay. One of my kids, it was funny, I made an order for everybody because, like a grocery order, because my husband was taking care of everybody and, driving them to school and trying to get the lunches and the dinner and, just do it all, because I could not get out of bed. I was so sick. Excuse me. And so I made this Walmart order, and we had like Stouffer's meatloaf was in there. There was also like a Stouffer's chicken and rice, stick in the oven kind of dinner. We had some like Great Value garlic knots and everything that has my allergies in it, but I knew it would help my kids be able to cook and survive while, I was down. And it was so funny because the order came and my husband went and picked up the food order, and my oldest came and he says, "Mom, you must be really sick." I was like, "Yeah, why?" And he's like, "Because we have Stouffer's not lasagna, but meatloaf, Stouffer's meatloaf in the freezer, and Great Value garlic bread." And he said, "You must really be sick. You never let this stuff come in the house." I was like, hey, desperate times call for desperate measures. Yes, I don't allow, frozen dinners with 50 plus chemicals in my house. But I was so sick. I was like, what am I going to do? And you can only eat frozen pizza so much and chicken nuggets. And so I ordered some meatloaf. It was not lasagna, but meatloaf, and then some chicken and rice kind of Stouffer's thing, and some frozen garlic bread and a few other things. And my son was like, "Man, Mom, you must really be sick. You're letting this food come in the house." I was like, yeah, pretty much. I'm like, I don't get a vote this time. So, but he was just laughing. because he knows this mama. I don't do TV dinners, and we do some gluten-free frozen chicken nuggets, and the ingredients are pretty decent. Not perfect. They're not perfect. Don't come at me, but they're pretty decent. And so we have a lot of canned and frozen vegetables, and canned and fresh fruit, and bananas, and things the kids can grab themselves pretty easily. That's good for them. Nuts and seeds and things like that as well. But yeah, it I don't put a lot of frozen meals and things in my freezer, except for we do buy a frozen pizza to have on hand for emergency food. Once a week, we usually will pull out the emergency pizza um, if I'm having a tough day and just it's a little bit harder to get to the stove. But yeah, we're we're making it. We're making it on a TV dinner, but um, we did good. Christmas, God was good, and Christmas I felt pretty decent enough to be downstairs and kind of enjoy the festivities a little bit with my kids, and my folks came by very briefly because nobody wants to get COVID, right? And I had been non-COVID, I had had COVID for so long that I knew, like, and we had opened the windows like daily, constantly. We're opening the windows, freezing our butts off in the middle of December, trying to kill the germ. And I'm the only one so far that has had COVID. So we felt confident, that they could come by for a little bit. And so they came by for a little bit just to watch the boys open their Christmas presents under the tree. So they weren't, at their house all alone on Christmas. That's no fun. Um, and then we let them, of course, we gave them their gifts from us, and they opened them up. And so they weren't here very long, like maybe 3 hours, something like that, 3 hours. And then they wanted to get back home and start cooking their Christmas dinner. They were going to have a ham. And so it was nice. It was just enough company, just the right amount of visitors and just the right amount of time. And then once they left, I was like, I'm done. My body completely crashed. I laid in my bed. I felt so weak and so tired and just almost drugged, like someone gave me sleeping pills. But I just was kind to my body, and I, was talking gentle to myself and just saying, you had COVID, this is okay. You're going to have a lot of brain fog for a while, because that's what happens after chronic illness, sickness. So if you get sick with anything and you have chronic illness, a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us suffer with brain fog and disorientation and just really thick, heavy brain inflammation and anger. It's not fun. And so I've had some of that post-COVID, which is not fun. And so just trying to talk to myself gently and say, this too shall pass. You just had COVID. You have to give yourself grace to heal from the COVID, plus, get back on your feet from your chronic illness that's been stirred up and flared up. And but we're doing okay. I'm not 100%, and I don't think you ever are with chronic illness, but like post-COVID, I'm not back to my what I call status quo for me. And it's just not a lot of fun, because when you have chronic illness on a continual daily basis and you add another layer to it, it can be too much to handle. It can just be too much. So you just have to give yourself grace, give yourself kindness, be gentle with yourself, and move forward. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to keep this video short and sweet, because I do want to get some rest in. But I wish you all a very, very Happy New Year, and I hope that you guys were able to at least enjoy even just a small portion of Christmas. And for those of you who have lost someone this year and they are missing from your Christmas festivities, my prayers go out to you. I've lost two or three people this year. Two for sure. I think there might have been one other and I can't think. But it's been a tough year of losing people and just the sadness and the grief that goes along with that. So my heart goes out to you if you have lost anyone this holiday season and are missing someone from your table. I know what that feels like. It's not fun. But I hope you guys were able to stay strong, stay healthy, and at least enjoy a little bit of Christmas. I'm grateful for what I got. And it wasn't easy. I'm not going to say it was easy, but I'm grateful for what I got because it could have been a whole lot worse. So God was good to me, and I can't thank him enough for how my Christmas turned out. So I wish you all a very, very happy Christmas and Happy New Year, all the things, all the holidays that are coming up. I'm going to turn on my new heated blanket. I had to buy a new one because something happened. I don't know if I was just like so restless with COVID, but there's this like little part that goes on your heated blanket and it like attaches to the blanket to make it hot, and mine ripped off. There's like a broken piece of plastic in my bed, and then like the actual mechanism like ripped off the blanket. It was sewn on and it was ripped off, and I was like, oh my. I woke up from COVID and I was like, what happened to my heated blanket? So I had to get a new one because people with chronic illness, we freeze all the time. We're constantly shivering to the point where we cannot warm ourselves up. So we have to have something to warm us. So I was like, oh no, I've got COVID and, plus my chronic illness, and my heated blanket is down. And my mom tried to find me one at the store, but it wasn't the right one that I wanted. Because I like the ones that do the automatic shut off, and I like the ones that also have the timer. So you can say, I only want this blanket on for 1 hour or 2 hours. And she could only find the ones that shut off after 10 hours for emergencies. So it like shut itself off, in case you forget and there's, you leave it on. This way it won't cause a fire. So I had to order one, and I was like under billions of blankets trying to stay warm until it arrived. And so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to get comfy and warm. It's really soft, which I like. And then I will see you guys hopefully in the next video. Thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.